If you're somebody whose doctor, nutritionist, or best friend has suggested that you check out the Mediterranean diet as a way to use food to help solve some of your health issues, I want to share 12 more reasons why eating the Mediterranean way every day could be the very best thing you could ever do for your future healthy self. Starting with the very first straight up one. Unlike other diets that put a lot of restrictions on what you eat, there are no foods you can't have. That's right, there's no foods you can't enjoy. You just have to find the right balance, and that's what eating the Mediterranean way is pretty much all about. Balance. Can you eat red meat, bacon, butter, and desserts? Sure, just don't eat them too often. Think of these kinds of things as real treats, not everyday fare. And if you can't live without them, go ahead, 2-3 times a month. And here's the secret I figured out when I started eating this way. The less you eat them, the less you want them. And the less you want them, the less you'll miss them. I didn't give up on red meat as a conscious thing. I just gradually stopped eating it. And now the thought of a big juicy steak kind of creeps me out. An occasional slice of bacon? Well, that's another story. But now it sits in my freezer, my vault of slightly less available stuff that I just feel good knowing it's there, but actually defrost it only once in a blue moon. Same goes for my little single-serving pats of butter, the ultimate portion control. Second solid, doesn't have to be from the Mediterranean to be Mediterranean. There's been a lot of comments and conversation on the channel about this one. It's more than just Greek, Italian, Spanish, or Middle Eastern dishes. It's any recipe that sticks to the diet basics. Light on red meat and saturated fats, heavy on plant-based proteins, fresh fruits, fresh veggies, olive oil, and whole grains. So does a soba noodle tofu and veggie dish from Japan fit the diet? Yup. And a spicy shrimp, rice, and bean dish from Mexico work? Uh-huh. Have you tried the keto diet and just can't live without bread? Well, guess what? Go ahead. I'll admit I could never give up my favorite carb either, but it was easy to make it work in a healthy diet. Just buy truly whole grain bread, full of fiber, minerals, and more protein than the white stuff. A typical breakfast starter for me and George is whole grain toast slathered with almond butter, and a very typical pre-dinner snack is whole grain pita bread, dipped in spicy fresh olive oil with a dollop of hummus. In all my research and all the comments I've received, 3 healthy issues always float to the top, especially as we're starting to stare down the start of a new year: weight management, heart health, and diabetes. And there are 3 reasons that make it hard to follow a new way of eating: not knowing enough about it to figure out if it's going to work for you, trying to break old unhealthy habits, and feeling like it might be totally unaffordable. But I know from personal experience and plenty of subscribers that these roadblocks are pretty easy to knock down once you get started. So have a little faith and hang in there. It will get easier. And reason number 4 is one of the big reasons why. There are 2 things to love about the Mediterranean diet. Most recipes are really easy to make, and most meals can be ready in less than 30 minutes. With a little bit of meal prep dressings and dips, you can pull together a healthy, balanced burrito, a flavor-packed, protein-packed salad bowl, or a quick sauté of chicken or fish while the veggies and the couscous are steaming. I make these all the time for fast, simple, healthy dinners. You don't need a bunch of complicated kitchen tools or unusual ingredients in the pantry to make heart-healthy Mediterranean diet-style meals any day. Pile a really pretty platter with cheeses, olives, nuts, and fruits, a bowl of creamy protein-packed hummus, and some wedges of pita, and you can call it dinner. Here in the Med, we either call it a meze or tapas time. It's the perfect answer to staying on track when some unexpected guests show up at the door, or you're just too tired to do much more than open the fridge. Fats aren't off limits. You just need to look for the good kind. You'll find it in a handful of nuts, olives, and heart-healthy olive oil. They can make the difference between always feeling hungry and always feeling full. In fact, you really need some healthy fats in your diet to help diseases like diabetes and cancer. And it's an important part of that balance I talked about at the beginning of the video. I revamped the pantry by swapping out bad fats for heart-healthy ones. Avocado oil on the side, extra virgin olive oil at the ready, and butter in the freezer. And my frozen cube or two of favorite pesto made with extra virgin olive oil is the perfect solution to an easy pasta dinner. It's not going to be fast, but it's going to work. Fill half the plate with healthy veggies. Make sure to eat enough of those healthy fats I just mentioned to keep you feeling full and satisfied so that you're way more likely to stay on track. And start moving. When you add a little exercise routine, you're really locking in all the hard work you've already put into making your future healthy self a reality. But go ahead and be the turtle. When you work at it a pound at a time, slow and steady wins this race. So I want to tell you about my newest adventure. I just published a book all about how to follow the Mediterranean diet. It's called Everyday Mediterranean, a 30-day Kickstart plan. And it includes 30 days of breakfast, lunches, dinners, and snacks, plus a whole bunch of tools to help you track your progress. You might enjoy checking it out. It's available all over the world on Amazon. My new book provides all the macronutrient details you'd ever need. But in truth, you don't need a calculator for this meal plan. Once I got comfortable knowing my own personal limits, instead of adding up numbers, I just reach for things I know are good for me. Chicken or fish on the grill instead of burgers or steak, and fresh fruit instead of ice cream. Almost everything in this diet is good for your heart. Omega-3 fatty acids from salmon, walnuts, soybeans, sardines, anchovies, even a sprinkle of chia seeds. Heart-healthy olive oil and nuts help lower bad cholesterol. Fruits, veggies, and beans help keep arteries clear. And fish helps lower triglycerides and blood pressure. And the gift you get is a healthy heart, all thanks to a heart-healthy diet. Save some money and skip the packaged and frozen stuff. Just go for what's seasonal, because these are the fresh fruits and veggies that will always be the best price. My favorite trick to make sure I use them up? Take 5 minutes, literally, and make your own salad dressings. I promise you'll have more fun and feel better about yourself when you're adding your own personal favorite to a big pile of salad. And know that the rest of the batch is in the fridge, waiting to join you at another salad party in a day or two. And don't forget, the blender can be your new best friend and pay for itself when it makes fresh, flavorful gazpacho from those veggies that are looking a little iffy in the fridge. Healthy fats may keep you feeling full and satisfied, but there are other fiber-rich dishes that can slow down your digestion and stretch the hungries between meals. Slices of apple, little bits of low-fat cheese, veggie sticks, and hummus. And always remember how important staying hydrated is to your health. When in doubt, drink a glass of water. If you've had the chance to catch my video about spices, then you already know how much fun I have playing with flavor. Using spices and herbs to jazz up simple ingredients is one of the hallmarks of Mediterranean diet-style cooking. It's just so easy to add a little bit of spice to any recipe to make it tastier. An added benefit is that you'll probably use less salt. And if you already have issues with high blood pressure, heart disease, or stroke, then you already know it's best to stay away from too much of that stuff. And remember that all those spices aren't just about added flavor. Many of them, in fact most of them, have real health benefits too. Like coriander, cinnamon, and turmeric, they're loaded with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory nutrients. And rosemary is supposed to be a real memory booster, one of my favorites. So that brings us up to number 12. Your brain feeds best on the good stuff and not on foods that can cause inflammation like saturated fats and ultra-processed foods. And science says a healthy diet filled with antioxidant-rich foods really does help keep your brain healthy too. I hope this clears up any questions you might have had about the Mediterranean diet and what it can do for you. But mostly, I really hope it knocked down a few of those barriers that might have been holding you back from joining me on this healthy journey to eat the Mediterranean way every day. Thanks for watching. See you soon.